Hi guys, welcome back to the Coal Factory. It's Racquel. Not sure if I should be making this video, but I'm making it anyways. I think I'm gonna put it into the Let's Talk category. And it's 2021, it's February as I'm filming this video, and I thought I'd just do 5 things that I think brands should take into consideration in 2021 in the South African natural hair market when it comes to influencers and things. As I said, I think that they should consider. They don't have to. But I've been seeing a lot of influencers post about certain things. I've had other people reach out to me personally. And even especially in 21, I'd seen a lot concerning natural hair influencers in South Africa say certain things and reach out to me about things as well. So let's get into this video on 5 things that I do think that brands should consider in South Africa in the natural hair care market. The first one isn't going to be a surprise because on my Instagram stories, I've been saying it. So many other influencers that we know have actually been sharing about this as well. And this has to do with brands approaching you, in a DM or an email, saying that they're doing a campaign and they really would want you to be a part of their campaign. They outline everything they want you to do. 2 Instagram reels, an Instagram story, an IGTV story. They outline all of this work and then they say, in exchange, we'll send you the product. And then we kind of waiting like, where's the payment? I know that brands can take a chance and say, you know what, someone's going to buy it, someone's going to say yes, and then we don't have to pay for work being done. But something that I've been saying to a lot of people, since 2021 started, I've been saying I cannot go to Pick and Pay, Checkers, Woolworths, and take the product and buy a loaf of bread with product. Work requires payment, and that is the transaction that needs to take place. And a lot of times, as I said in Instagram stories, you've seen it, sometimes we feel a bit disrespected, we get very disappointed, some people even get angry because some people feel like it's the audacity. Setting up takes time, filming takes time, but before even filming, you've got to set up, you've got to get ready. Make sure that you look presentable on camera. Then you've got to film. Then you've got to clean up. Cleaning up is quite a bit of work. After that, there's the post editing. Then you've got to edit the work. And then after editing, uploading it can take quite a lot of time to upload a piece of content. Then if it's a video, you've got to make a thumbnail, write a description. Yes, most of us do it because we love to do it, we enjoy doing it, we review products. I do it myself as well. But when a brand is then approaching you and saying, I want this done, that done, we do kind of feel like brands need to come to the party and say, look, this is the budget that I have. Can you do this amount of work and I'll pay you a certain amount of money? And for a lot of us, we found, because as influence, we talk to each other. International brands will do this. And we like, wait, you've got a marketing budget for this. Local brands can be a bit different because even myself, I sell spray bottles and microfiber towels. We understand being a small business, your costs are so much higher. But small brands do pay, but I think everybody needs to come to the party and understand that work done is work that has to be paid for. The second thing doesn't bother me personally, but I know a lot of influencers, it does bother them, especially when they're starting out. And this is when brands ghost you. The first time it happened to me, I literally laughed because I was like, whoa, I've been ghosted. It's when a brand reaches out to you. You minding your business, you get a DM, you get an email, the brand actually reached out to you and they say, look, we're doing a campaign, or can you do this for us? We're willing to pay you X amount of money. Or a brand just reaches out to you and says, look, we'd like to add you on our PR list and we're going to send you product. And so for a lot of influencers, they get very excited. They either like, yes, I'm going to do some work, I'm going to get paid. Or others feel like, wow, this brand actually wants to send me their product. No strings attached in terms of doing any work for it, but they want me on the PR list, which means I'm going to be getting some free product. And a lot of influencers get very excited about that. You send them the information, your contact number, your address, and then you are like excited. As I said, 1 week passes, nothing. 2 weeks pass, nothing. 3 weeks pass, nothing. I mean, so many of us have had brands reach out to us, and it's been 6 months, a year, 2 years, and you hear nothing from them. So I think when it comes to brands, before you even reach out to a person, make sure that you can follow through with the request that you are actually putting forward to the influencer, because especially people who are new, they get so excited and then discouraged so easily. So bear that in mind as well, because it's a business, and a lot of influencers then, don't really look positively on you because you're not being professional. The third one has discouraged so many people in the natural hair, industry in South Africa, and it's just not saying thank you. I've seen this a lot, or rather, I saw this a lot in 2020, where micro influencers were complaining, that brands just don't acknowledge them. We create content for ourselves, we create it for our audiences, and yes, we will do a video, we'll go out and buy the products ourselves, and then we'll tag the brand. And a lot of times the brand sees it and that's it, especially on Instagram, because you'll see the text that, okay, or rather not the text, but you'll see that they've seen it. So these brands can see that you've taken the time out to make a video and basically promote their products as well. Put it onto social media, tag them, they look at it in the DMs, and that's it. And a lot of influencers in 2020 were very discouraged, like, hey, not even a thank you. A lot of brands do repost. And then you're like, okay, cool, they saw it, they reposted it. But I think also moving into 2021, sometimes just a little thank you for posting, I appreciate it, glad you enjoyed the product. Sometimes the brand won't even watch the video. I've experienced this where I'll do a video, I'll tag the brand, and then they'll ask me, so did you enjoy the product? And I'm like, you can watch the video and then you'll kind of know if I liked it or if I didn't like it. People are literally putting in the work for the community, and I think the brands can also just assign someone to just watch the video, and it's good feedback. There are local brands, especially on a local level, that, at least for me, I know that they watch the video. They will message me, and the message will be based on the content of the video. So I know that they've watched it. They're seeing people using their products, and they have a genuine interest into what we think about their product as South Africans. And so I can shout these brands out. You know who they are. You won't even be surprised when I say the names. But I'm not going to shout them out, guys. But especially on a local level, they do engage, they do give feedback. So I think influencers want to acknowledge, or would like brands to acknowledge, that not that they've just seen it, but say thank you. Sometimes a repost is enough for some, sometimes a repost isn't enough for others, and watch the content. Know what the South African market is thinking about your products. The fourth one might not be very, very popular in South Africa as it is in, bigger countries with bigger influencers or bigger influencer market like the UK, the United States. And this is posting content without permission. Sometimes tagging doesn't work well on Instagram. Sometimes for me, sometimes I'll be going through stories and be like, hey, that's me. Oh, okay, the brand reposted me. You can see that they did tag, but sometimes you don't get the tag. Other times they don't tag you at all. You just see your image somewhere or the video that they didn't acknowledge to say thank you, or they didn't acknowledge that they watched it, but they're reposting it without your permission. So I think that brands can also, whatever I'm saying, guys, brands already know this, which is the funny thing. So I'm doing a video saying that brands need to take these things into consideration. I guarantee you that they know this and they just choose not to do the stuff that I'm mentioning. So they choose to just repost your image without your knowledge. It's disrespectful. It's property that doesn't belong to you. Always ask the creator for their permission. I've had brands, reach out to me and say, you know what, Racquel, can I use this image, or do you mind if I repost your content now and again? I'll say, sure, not a problem. Just make sure that you tag me so that I know that my image or my content is being shared somewhere and I am aware of it. I think I'll end off with this one. I hope I'm on number 5. But as micro influencers, and I'm a micro influencer, as micro influencers, we know that we have influence. We have created a family when it comes to the people on our social media. We engage with them, we are honest with them, they engage with us, and the content that we put out is one that we want to share, and we know that the people on our social media want to see as well. And then you find brands. Brands know that micro influencers have influence, actual influence. And a reason that makes us a bit upset when they say we'll give you product for work is because they know that you have influence. They want to use your influence and not pay you. But then brands would rather pay an influencer that has higher numbers or a lot of followers, so to speak. And that is fine. Brands can work with whoever they want to work with. And that's always been my stance. I don't take anything personally because as a business, work with whoever you want to work with. And I think a lot of micro influencers want brands to acknowledge that yes, I don't have 100,000 followers, but I have influence. And brands know micro influencers. If you have to go to an event, and I know we haven't had events in a very, very long time, and I've personally experienced this for myself. Um, Go to an event, you might go to a booth or, looking at products, and then you're like, hi, how are you? I'm Racquel from the Coal Factory. And they're like, I know who you are. And then you're like, oh, I didn't know you know who I am, but I'm just kind of introducing myself. So what brands do is they overlook the micro influencers and they go after numbers. People who have numbers do have influence. I'm not saying that they don't, but brands must acknowledge that there is influence in the micro influencing sphere as well as influence with the bigger influencers as well. I think I'll stop there, guys. Let's hope that I do edit this video and I do post this video. This is just, something that's been happening, as I said, from 2020 and even before 2020. But I think under lockdown, people were creating a lot, people were at home a lot, people were, absorbing a lot of content, and a lot of content creators started feeling a certain way, and it's spilling over into 2021 as well. For me, I have an absolute passion for what I do. I post videos anyway, either way, but the points that I've mentioned today, I can relate to them and I think that they are valid. So if you are a content creator, drop it down below. If you're somebody who just watches influencers and content creators in YouTube and you're surprised by it, drop that down below as well, because as viewers, you guys are a massive part of this entire industry, because you guys follow, you watch, you subscribe, you buy. You guys actually have the power when it comes to the whole influencer realm. Even commercially as well, you go into stores and buy products. So we are all interconnected. You guys watching, us creating, brands, owners, and companies. Everybody needs everybody in order to work. So thanks for watching, guys, and you'll see me again. Bye.